Hey guys, what's going on? This is Fighting Game Radio episode 2, and today we got a lot of news and exciting news coming from Comic-Con in California from Capcom. Now, this video is going to be all about Ultimate Marvel Vs Capcom 3, and I got a special guest with me today being Iam2godlike, and we're going to explain and go through thorough detail on as much things as we can for our first part of the video. So, how's it going, man? How are you?
Everything's good, man. Looking forward to going over this Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 news.
Yes.
Love to go over. Tons of information, tons of things to go over.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's begin with the guaranteed characters. Now we got Strider, Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, and FireBrand. Now, tell me what you know, and what you think about Strider in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 compared to what he used to play like in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 1.
The biggest change from Strider from Marvel 2 to Marvel 3 is he doesn't have the range he used to.
Yeah, that's right.
He seems to be a bit faster though than he was in Marvel 2. Like, I know the game is all around faster, but he seems to be faster in comparison to other characters.
Yeah, you know, he has his teleports. They incorporated his OTG being in his teleport dive kick. Back in the day in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Strider used to be a dangerous threat, but it was majorly because he could extend his combos over and over again, and that's because hit stun deterioration didn't exist in Marvel vs. Capcom 1 or 2. Now it does exist, and looking at some of the gameplays that we've been seeing on the stream and some of on the reviews, basically he is kind of like a better Zero when it comes to damage output. He needs that reset or a Wesker bullet to over OTG launch them. I mean, mind you, I know he can do it on his own, but from what we can tell, his damage output isn't the greatest, but he's got long combos.
He's also like Zero in the fact that he needs his level 1 super to do any real damage.
Yeah.
Like they both have OTG supers.
That's right.
So that's a good comparison. Like he has his Cyber Animal super, and Zero has his laser, right, that just goes up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see how they will actually fight against each other.
Now, Strider is the first character that we've known to have 2 level 3s. That is being the orbs and his command grab.
Well, the thing about the command grab though is it's comboable, and no other character in the game has a level 3 combo command grab. Like Tigris isn't, and I know
Tron.
Tron. His other level 3 is his orbs, his Ouroboros I think it's called, and it's very dangerous. From what I've seen of it, 3 resets, 50% of your health is gone.
Yeah, and once you get hit though, you're actually out of it, so it's very risky to use the orbs. Now, let's move on to Ghost Rider. He looks like he's incorporated the Dulcim snipe shot. I believe it's his heavier than medium. What it actually does is it's like a 3-hit long distance overhead from far.
Very
He's
probably the longest normal IP in the game so far.
Yeah, his damage output looks great. Apparently he has 2 OTGs with the flames. His hyper looks it doesn't look like it would be good from a distance because he does the chain whips in the sky, but close distance it actually hits high. So I'm pretty sure you can actually duck, which I've seen some characters do, and you'll be able to avoid a lot of the fire whips from the sky.
Well, after his OTGs, I'm not sure if he can relaunch or not, but the only thing we've really seen is his Chain Whip Super, so that might be his only option. Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
He looks like he might be an assist character to kind of keep them up in the air for a little bit, so we can do another relaunch, or just have a regular OTG assist character. Because going into the motorcycle assist, the hyper, doesn't seem to do as much damage as you wish it to be. It doesn't hit exactly all the time, and sometimes it'll hit 1 to 3, then to 5, then to 7.
It's probably going to be like you have to get it in certain situations to get the most out of the damage. Kind of like Dr. Doom's finger laser hyper.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be where you have to get it in certain situations to get the full damage out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if that hyper will actually take over the Chain Whip hyper, because from what I've seen, the Chain Whip hyper seems to do more damage and be more effective.
Yeah. His level 3.
Day 1.
How do you feel about his level 3? The stare into the eyes of hell.
I know it looks awesome as possible, but what have we learned from Hager's Grab? What have we learned from all the,
From Tron as well?
Yeah, they have to be used in the right circumstance. The only way I've seen it set up is the X Factor C Viper's Thunder Knuckle and then grabbed her.
Yeah.
I have to know X Factor level 3. It did 50% on C Viper, which I know at C Viper's health that might not be too great in X Factor level 3.
Yeah.
But, it seems like it will at least do 400,000.
Yeah, one of the biggest the toughest challenges to do in this game is to get in close and catch your opponent while standing doing a move. I mean, getting in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is tough to get in because you got multiple options doing super jumps as well.
I think the way to really set up that level 3 is going to be the X Factor cancel grab, because resets won't really work because they can just mash out light to get out of it. You know what I mean?
So it seems that he might have the best defensive option with that command grab.
Yeah, like it's going to be the best defensive option, probably.
Now, we're going to go on from, by the way, Ghost Rider is from Marvel. He's got his own comic book series. Strider has been a vintage Capcom fighting game character from the original series. And now we got FireBrand from Arthur, who's one of the most annoying villains you could play in the game. But he has a unique fighting style. And what have you been able to analyze from some of the releases that he's had?
He has a ground bounce special move. I'm not sure if it's a special move or a normal move, but from what I've seen, he can do an air combo, ground bounce, and then lead into another combo, which is very unique because not a lot of people have ground bounces. I know a few do, but not many. Not everyone does.
A lot of people have been comparing him to actually Felicia with his certain fighting style, but at the same time that his level 3 has a dragon buddy like Felicia's kitty supporter.
Yeah, but we haven't seen enough of that to really judge it. I've only seen it used once, and when they did, it didn't do too much.
Yeah, it's more of a complete.
Maybe for ambiguous cross-ups, maybe something like that.
Ambiguous cross-ups. At the same time, when you want to use Felicia, you might want to always have the kitty helper out because your opponent cannot complete the combos even when she's out there because it's going to hit you. So.
That's true. It could act like a combo breaker.
It is one of the best defensive ways, but at the same time, you can't do as much offense with it because, of course, they're going to knock you out. But being able to defend and not have to take the 90% damage combos in this game seems to be worthwhile. Now,
I'd rather take that get hit by it, that's for sure. Even if it is a level 3, I'd rather have something to get me out of it.
Exactly.
Because, everyone was hoping for X Factor to be a cancel of combos. We don't have that, so maybe that's what his cancel of combos is going to be.
I haven't seen enough of his white form. When he transforms into... It looks like he's a concrete gargoyle.
Difference, to be honest. I mean, the only thing I could gather is maybe he's slightly faster, but I'm not even sure if that's 100%.
Yeah.
He probably does have a difference. He's going to have to, but we just don't know what it is yet. It's been out for 2 days, right? So
yeah. See, FireBrand is one of the characters that I haven't seen much of, and when I've seen characters use him and players use him, they seem to have a difficult learning curve. So maybe he's one of the characters that people have to spend a little bit more effort on to use a regular bread and butter combos because they might work differently, and which this happens in the game. Some characters they have different motion commands to use and everything like that. So hopefully in the next couple of days we see more about him.
He has a fire ball, not a fireball, a fire ray OTG super.
Yeah.
That'll certainly help this game.
Yeah. You can consider it the better Shumagarath hyper.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to one of the original Avengers in its classic the outfit in his pink form, being Hawkeye. Now, this is my personal favorite right now out of the guaranteed characters. He's got about 5 to 6 different arrows that do different things. To begin with, his triple arrows look like they do 150 damage, similar to Taskmaster. He's got the poison arrow, the grab arrow that's like a bolo loop from Deadpool. The poison arrow actually loses some chip damage. Sorry, not chip damage. It slowly absorbs your health no matter what you do. And he's got a thunder arrow as well, from what I can tell.
My favorite of all those arrows are probably going to have to be the poison arrow, because from that one, that's the only one I've seen that actually OTGs right now. I haven't seen anyone else do any other arrow for an OTG.
Yeah. You can imagine. It does damage, and then it does health reduction. Now, you might say, well, if it did 80 to begin with, compared to assuming it just does 50 and a 30 chip, you might think it depends, because I haven't got enough information to see, does it take off just red health, and then they're going to be able to recover it as they go out, or is it anything else? Because...
I think should probably say is that he can control the angles of his arrows.
Yeah, that's right.
Slow arrows, high arrows, or straight down the middle. So it's kind of like he has a lot of options for handling people with those arrows.
Yeah.
extremely fast, and they do like 150 damage, at least 150,000
Yeah,
damage.
I haven't seen anybody do it in the air where they can scatter 3 arrows across the screen, but I'm pretty sure you're able to do that because you can do it on the ground. The biggest thing that I see about him is that I see with any major character in Marvel vs. Capcom from forever is when you're in the air, if you can't control your direction, meaning if you're like Chris, you jump in the air, you're going down in the same place everybody knows, like the Hulk. Hawkeye has that. He does have one different thing where he kind of has a command jump where it does his OTG, which I know it looks very obvious that you'll be able to do a bread and butter combo, launch them in the air, bring them down, then do the OTG poison arrow while calling an assist to relaunch yourself as well. So he's not like Captain America where once you're in the air and you bring him down, that's it, it's over. He looks like he has the potential to do that.
Okay, on to his supers. What do you feel about his level 1, his scatter arrow?
I like his scatter arrow. It makes it really defensive. I don't know.
Do you think the damage output is good enough though?
No, because of its purpose. Once he shoots it, you can't do anything about it. You can't even hit him. It's kind of like storms.
And not his other level 1 super, it's the charged up arrow.
Yeah,
To be the most damaging of the 2 levels.
the opponents stay in a stun after his hyper for about a second and a half. I haven't seen anybody do actually anything after it, but it's clearly a reason why they're like that.
I remember you telling me while in the stream that from your opinion, it could be possible they do another one if they were in the corner.
Yeah, or say you're close enough. It looks like there's enough time to do something. Because you hit him, your opponent kind of freezes, and then you go back.
And on to his probably most famous or most known about attack right now, his level 3 that involves Ant-Man.
Yeah.
On the end of the basically coming and beat the crap out of you and then stopping.
Yeah, you know what? It's comboable only specific. You could tell because it has a mixed range, but it looks good. Offensive level 3s are the best in this game.
What I've seen though, you're gonna have to get the distance just right.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of people whipping it in the stream yesterday. Remember we saw around.
That's right. Yeah, you can't just shoot it out. You gotta. There's a distance specific for it.
I'm pretty. From what I've seen from the gameplay videos, though, it seems like his bread and butter right into it works perfectly. So, so overall, from what I've seen of him, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be an offensive character. He has defensive options, but he's gonna feel better on offense.
His health. He looks like he bleeds when he gets hit. He took some pretty serious damage when he was getting attacked by Wesker. The hits were hurting.
But it's not Strider bad or Zero bad.
One thing I just want to mention about his level 1 hyper where he hits you once, the really good thing I like about it is that sometimes there's no advancing guard, it's just one hit. So there's no get out of jail free card where your opponent can do so I forgot the name, but when you do a special move and you counter hyper it, and they do a move where they can get out of it and then hyper themselves to escape. Kind of like if Storm's doing your hyper, you're blocking, you can do a special move to get your character out of it when you're blocking, and then do an invincible hyper. You can't do that on one hit moves. You take the chip damage. If your character's dead, he's dead. He can't do anything about it at that time. So that's what I really like about one hits.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I think that he might be able to stun an enemy with his special and then go in for another attack.
Yeah.
So which of these characters do you think we'll see the most at tournaments right now? Of what you see so far?
It's obvious it's gonna be Strider. He's got mix-ups. He's got potential. He's always had low life, so anybody familiar with him is not gonna have too much of a problem.
Yeah, I know Clockwork has literally said in his the other video he did advertising Strider.
Yeah.
That he would drop Phoenix if Strider was in the game. So I guess it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because Phoenix got some downgrades, and then part 2, 3, and as long as we keep getting new information, we're gonna cover some of the characters' major and small changes. And I'm sure everybody has been seeing Ryu, but we're gonna cover a lot of the other character balances in the next video for this. So I hope everybody enjoyed, and check back soon, and we're gonna be continuing to update this. So thanks, guys.